welcome to our Patreon. I love the story we're creating. That's why we're here, and this is the most important thing in the world to me. Now, saying that cartoons are important might seem silly, but stories are seriously, deeply important. Science can tell us what the world is, but only stories can tell us what the world means. That's why humans have always told stories since language emerged, because we don't really function without them. And I'm not talking about pretentious quote-unquote literature. I'm talking about stories that grip our interest, stories with danger, excitement, romance, adventure, stories that resonate, that are actually entertaining, because entertainment is the mandatory gateway to delivering a meaningful story. Without entertainment value, we're left with poorly disguised sermons, narcissistic posturing, or corporate cash grabs. Often all of the above, and that's why I love this funding model. Artists and authors need freedom to tell stories truthfully, for their own sake, without top-down constraints from clueless businessmen who are pandering to demographic charts or political trends. Truly intriguing, entertaining, meaningful fiction requires freedom, and crowdfunding cuts out the middleman and gives control back to us. Now you get to decide what's worthwhile, what's appealing, and what should continue. No TV executive will ever cancel something here because you're in charge, and we'll do our best to make a story that you will love to read. Most people by now know what Patreon is. You back content that you would like to see more of. So the pertinent question here is, should you back our Patreon? First, check if you like our content. Head over to dreamkeeperscomic.com and start with Volume 1 of the graphic novel saga. The adventure starts there, you can read it for free, and watch as we improve. For a teaser, hit the intro page and you'll get a taste of what the story is about. Fantasy, illegal powers, nightmares, corruption. After witnessing appealing characters hitting the meat grinder of a nightmare conspiracy in the graphic novels, you might want to unwind with something a little lighter. Click over to Prelude. There you can see the childhood adventures of the main cast members before the action gets too intense in the story. Prelude is an ongoing webcomic. Then you can explore even more. Read up on story lore, hit the Discord to meet some fellow travelers, check out the standalone Dreamkeepers novel Wayward Astronomer, listen to the full orchestral Dreamkeepers soundtrack, or play some games. We've got Skirmish, the strategic card battle game, and a roleplay system in the works. All this is happening because other readers have discovered that, well, Dreamkeepers offers the most fun fantasy world around, and they like it. After all of this, you should know whether you like Dreamkeepers as well. If so, you're welcome to continue reading without supporting us. There's a free mobile reading app you can download, by the way. But if you can afford to be a backer, we'd love to give you more. $1 a month grants you access to daily art, plus Chapter 13 updates from Volume 5, and more stuff than that. High-resolution backers get, well, high-resolution and Photoshop file downloads. Now, Kickstarters are a great way to manufacture and fulfill physical merchandise, but for the day-to-day comic production that creates Dreamkeepers, Patreon is the lifeline. Or Maker Support. Same rewards, different site. We'll factor Patreon and Maker Support together when checking our milestone goals. Milestone 1 is part-time work. This allows us to post Prelude every other week and continue work on the graphic novels. Now, for a long time we were posting Prelude weekly even though we didn't get to full-time work, but we can't do that forever, so Prelude is going to have to be every other week until we hit Milestone 2. Milestone 2 is full-time work. After we bring home earnings that equal the Milestone 2 level, the following month, we can spend our time fulfilling those rewards. So, again, the return of Weekly Prelude, a monthly chat and sketch stream, and more contests. Milestone 3, if we get up there, that funds production that involves more artists. So, animation, visually appealing tutorial videos, and we can afford to travel more. So, backers can vote for an additional convention they would like us to attend. We might have to keep it within the continental US for now, but still, there's a lot of places we've never been able to go due to the cost, and Milestone 3 would take care of that. One note on Milestone 3, we might have to pause long-term projects like animations if the Patreon goes back down before they're finished. Once we hit the Milestone 3 level, we'll start those projects, but maintaining funding would be necessary to complete them. So I don't want to overpromise, and so it's important to mention that. But the Dreamkeepers readership numbers easily in the thousands, so if enough readers are generous enough to spend $1 a month, who knows? We might all be enjoying some glorious, fully animated content. Either way, we'll be doing our best to carry the story forward, and if you're able to help, thank you very much for being a backer and for making this happen.